This video is for the accountants who are looking at their groupings of main account transactions, preparing for your month-end close, your quarter-end close, your year-end close, to make sure everything looks the way it's supposed to. So let me show you the end result, and then I'll show you how I set it up. So the end result is, as you are looking at your voucher transactions in your general ledger under voucher trans, that you have an additional set of groupings that will help you easily pull your voucher trans. So for example, I've created a sublayer 1 here called net income. Net income is another grouping on your main account besides your main account category. So now I can quickly come in here, put my date in and say, show me my net income and all the transactions related to it. Now, yes, this solution does not replace Management Reporter, Power BI, or the new upcoming BPA. This is just for your accountants who need something to kind of review where they're at any given time and to review those transactions that make up that value. So you can see here my net income is in the negative of 31,000, and I can see all the transactions that made it to that 31,000. But say I needed a gross margin. I wanted to see my gross margin at any time. Now I created a query up here called gross margin, and you can see it switch over to gross margin. Now here's my second sublayer too. I select OK. Now I can see my gross margin is 413,000. So you can see more than likely I have some, I have a lot of expenses that I need to look at. So that's something to, and you can see it's all my revenue and all my cost of goods sold account here. All right, and now we can also look at this from a more detailed grouping. So say I wanted to see all my cost of goods sold for my products, and I select OK. So this is going to give me only my cost of goods sold for products. And so I can drill down if maybe a manager was looking in. We can also filter on specific cost centers or departments, that you can say, show me all my cost of goods sold for my products for specific departments. Really easily, we can come here, use main account, and come here to our offset account, or here's our sublayers. Oh, I'm sorry, I was looking, here's your financial dimension. So here's where you can say, show me all my cost of good products. Then you can define a specific department or dimension. So it's really nice. Let me just quickly show you how I did it. I went to the main account and I added the sublayer 1, sublayer 2, sublayer 3 using custom fields. Now custom fields sounds like it's a customization. It is not. It is out of the box. I will say that a lot of developers don't really like it, and that's because you can't use any logic with it. Completely understand. But if you just need it for reporting, it's a great tool. So what I did is I simply came into this general screen and I added a field. I created a custom field. That's pretty standard. Once I created the custom field, I went into my system administration, under setup, under custom fields, and I assigned the field to my data entity so I can utilize it in my data connector or Excel add-in, so I can quickly update those main accounts. And I'll show you that here in a second. So here under main account, so you can see I was doing some testing, but sublayer 1, I added it to my main account entity here. Now, Microsoft recognizes what entities you're probably going to want to add it to, so they put them all here, but for time's sake, I just added it to 1. But here's where any given time you can add more values to that layer. Now, in order to easily update these fields, you could go into chart of accounts and you could hit edit. And then go back into your shared chart of accounts, and you could come in to here. It's not going to let you do it. You would have to do this. It won't let you do it on the grid. You would have to go into each individual account here, or use this wonderful data connector here. Now you can quickly open this up. Let's see, do I have a copy open? No. You can quickly open it up, and I'll show you that really quickly. All right, it's taking a second to load. All right, so here it has loaded into Data Connector. I'm going to design this because I don't need all of this information. Hit Edit. Now, the top fields are available fields. The bottom fields are what you see here in the screen. So I'm just going to get rid of all of this by holding this Shift and coming down and removing all of this. And now I can come in and add these sublayers. And this is what I like, because you don't have to go in one by one, but you do have to be very careful what you're publishing back in. So in this case, I would filter these, or I would simply just get rid of all of what I don't need. So in this case, I would filter for maybe main account categories. We'll do, well, I'm not going to go that detailed. You get the picture. But what I want to do is filter these in order and then take out my totals. Oh, sorry, here. So you don't want to assign your total accounts to be gross margin or net income, things like that. Could throw you off. And then you just come down and you update your grouping. So if you can see my values here, and you'll be able to select from those values here and just publish back in. So I see a lot of clients use this for cost of goods sold depreciation, or maybe you want to group your G&A a little bit more detailed. When I say G&A, your general and administrative expenses. So maybe you want to see all of your employee expenses, and this grouping here for main account might not be as detailed or granular as you need it to be. So this is just another layer of reporting that is available for you as accountants out of the box. I hope it helps. See you on the next video.